Hey guys, it's your Bo the Doggo, and welcome. My arms are really short. Welcome to a game called All We Need. Or is it there? I'm not sure where I'm gonna. It's there. Probably there. So I know I said in my update video that I wouldn't make any more visual novel videos. But I think I also added to that if the games are short, that I can do it in one episode, I might play them. And this is one of those. It seems very interesting. It's a visual novel about a trans person and a non-binary person meeting up after having an online relationship and meeting up for the first time. And that really resonates with me. And I think it's gonna I think there are some people watching my videos who can actually relate to this. So I think this is like it's an important game, I think, from what I read, to get a glimpse into like what it's like being trans. But me myself has over the past year got a more insight into what it is like being trans, or specifically non-binary, as I'm dating a non-binary person. That person being Bubbles, or Calicky, as you probably know already, I hope. So for anyone out there who thinks that, oh, Bo is dating Chaser. No, I'm not dating Chaser anymore. Chaser and I broke up 2 years ago or something. That's a closed chapter. So I'm dating Bubbles right now, or Calicky, whatever you may know them as. And reading about this game, I feel like I haven't seen any other visual novel like this before, where they actually focus on a non-binary and a trans character like this. So I think it's important to watch this. But there are some contents warnings you should be aware of. This story contains anxiety, trauma, and mentions of alcohol abuse, descriptions of transphobia and homophobia, mature language, and loud audio. But I might be able to fix that in post. But that'd be it. I'll see you over at my chair. Almost there, I typed. The message refused to go through. No signal, huh? I had no idea that areas without reception still existed. It feels so wrong, like gravity suddenly getting turned off. I gaze out into the darkness, but see nothing except the interior of the train reflected back at me. There are no other passengers in my car, only my mirror image to keep me company. The ghost me on the other side of the glass looks like I could use a nap. It's been a long 8 hours on the train. But you're almost there, I remind myself. Chin up, you'll get to meet them soon. I've been eagerly waiting this day for weeks now. I should be thrilled, but instead I'm so nervous that my stomach hurts. I check my phone. Still no signal. I start flicking through the photos of them that I saved, trying to cheer myself up. Damn, they're cute! Bubbles, please send me some of these pictures as well, I could use some. I found them on a dating app. They're 32 and genderqueer. About the same age as me then. That's cool. I know what gender and queer means, but I had no idea about genderqueer. Were they trans like me? Oh, look at that! I decided just to ask them, even though I found that it looks a little intimidating. They were more than happy to answer. They told me that the gender is like an ocean. Sometimes fierce, sometimes still, and always full of trash and plastic. Okay. I asked them if they were serious or joking. I thought they were making fun of me. And they said that being serious and joking aren't mutually exclusive. I didn't quite get it, but I didn't tell them that. But we kept talking. And we've been talking for months now. I've never been much of a talker. It's not like I don't like talking, it's just... it's more like every time I speak up, other people will go silent, or ignore me, or quickly change the topic. And that's when I know I said something I shouldn't have. Something weird. So I found it to be the safest to keep my thoughts to myself. I can relate to that so much. Holy fuck. I'm not saying that I went through the same thing with people being silent and treating me and like I said something weird, but I know I've also dealt with the whole thing of like not wanting to talk because I'm afraid that I will say something weird or say something that people will like argue with me about. I have a hard time with people like question me when I say stuff, which I'm working on, but like I have a hard time telling people about myself because I'm worried that they're gonna question me and ask me questions that I don't want to answer, basically. But I'm working on it. And if you're dealing with it too, I believe in you. You can get through it as well. But this person, whose gender is an ocean, has been so easy to talk to. If I get overwhelmed and don't know what to say, they help me out. And when I do speak, they listen and make me feel valued. They make me want to keep talking. This is so my partner as well. They are just like this to me. I relate to this character so much. I've told them so many things that I haven't told anyone before. They make me feel seen rather than being stared at. And it feels so good. And they're so expressive and full of emotion. Their laugh comes out so easy, and so does their tears. My parents always told me that there's no use in crying, that I need to stop being so sensitive. There is nothing wrong with crying. Crying is something you should do. If you feel like you have a lot of emotions in you and want to get them out, crying is something that you should feel okay about doing. Coming from someone who can't cry in front of people. Like, I had a moment with my therapist where we got into a very touchy subject with me, and it got to the part where my mind wanted to cry about it, but my body just refused to let the tears out. That I was actually almost having like an anxiety attack because I was shaking and my heart was racing because my body was like holding all the emotions back and not letting me cry in front of a therapist that I'm actually opening up to. Yeah, it's tough. I get it. So if you should already know, no matter what your age you are, you should know that it's okay to show emotions, to cry and let it out. Fuck the people who don't want you to cry. Fuck the people who say that it's not okay or laugh at you. It's their problem. You're the strong one. You're the best. I believe in you. My teachers told me that my laugh was too loud, that I needed to keep my voice down. This is me, holy shit, I just been talking this whole time, but this is me, all my school years, this happened. You're too loud, keep it down, beep beep beep. So I learned to hide my feelings. Me. But this wonderful person makes me feel like it's okay to cry, and that it's good to laugh, as loud as I feel like. Still, even though they've been so lovely, I can't fully shake off my anxiety. Years of being belittled and made me feel like an outsider cast a long shadow. I mean, I don't always get their humor, and I think they picked up on it, so they no longer make many jokes. What if they think I'm boring? And that's not all. This one time, they were really upset about some obscure political stuff happening. Talking points I never heard of before. I didn't know what to say, but I wanted them to feel better. So I just told them that things always work out in the end. They tied for a long time, and then they told me that I'm probably right, and sent me a smiling emoji. Were they being genuine or patronizing? What if they think I'm stupid? I mean, I don't think I am. I just didn't think being queer was something you were supposed to study. I mean, I'm a bisexual trans man. Isn't that queer enough? They seem to think there is more to it. From them, queerness is inherently political, a movement with a shared past, a present and a future. Queerness is a flame, they once said. Tend to it well and it will light your path and keep you warm. Flames have the power to create societies and bring them down. Their queerness is writing revolutionary poetry and getting bloodied in every skirmish. And I don't even put my pronouns in my bio. I feel so out of my league. I want to show them that I care about this stuff too. But I'm not good with words and I can't write poetry. So instead, I started adding pride badges to my clothes. I even got my ears studied. They said it looks sweet. But is it really enough? I want this to work out. I just want them to like me so bad. You're acting like a goddamn teenager, I tell my reflection. But how can I not? I might be 34, but I never even kissed anyone. Oh, so I'm right between them then, because I'm 33, so I'm landing between them. This is very cool. Usually, I feel the ones I've played, visual novels, I feel like the main character has usually been like in their early 20s. So this is cool. I appreciate it that this is the early 30s instead. Making friends has always been such a struggle for me, and dating's even worse. The few times I actually managed to go on a date with someone, it would always end up in the same way. You don't seem that interested in me. This doesn't feel right. There's just no chemistry. But I was interested. I just didn't know how to tell it. In the movies, they always kiss just out of the blue. Is that what you're supposed to do? Shouldn't you ask for permission first? And what do people even mean by chemistry? I'm so freaking afraid of another rejection. But I've traveled across this country to meet this person. Won't that be enough to show them that I'm interested? What if it's not? I have done this. I have traveled across the world to meet someone I've been interested in and had them travel back later to meet me. And I'm traveling in a week from where we are now. I'm gonna travel again to see them. Them being Bubbles or Calicky. And it works. Traveling across the world to see someone definitely shows them that you are interested, that you want to see them. I mean, is there anything like bigger thing you can do? A voice announces that we're approaching my destination. My stomach hurts so bad and I want to curl up into a ball. I study my mirror image. You used to be so afraid of seeing your own reflection. But not anymore. You found the courage to change that. And you still have that courage in you. And who told your parents you have a new name? Who cut ties with them when they refused to accept you? Who booked your first appointment? It was you! It was all you! And look at you now! You look amazing! And don't forget that the other person was the one who asked you to come over. They like you. You don't need poetry or chemistry. Just let them know that you like them back. You got this. I look at my phone. Internet's back. Almost there. Oh, we get to see the other one. Yeah, okay. My phone chimes. Almost there, says the message. Can't wait, I type back. Oh, the music, ooh. I'm trying to sound chipper, but I'm feeling anything but. I'm standing alone on the platform. It's almost midnight, but the harsh light of the station illuminates me sharply. I feel like I'm on a stage. There's a bar attached to the station, and a group of patrons are smoking in front of it. Burly guys who dress up like they're in a biker gang. But that's nothing unusual in this town. It's me in my double-breasted overcoat and cashmere turtleneck who looks out of place. This would be perfectly inconspicuous menswear in any real city. But in this town, I stick out like a sore thumb. You look lost, city boy. Hey, where's the funeral? Hilarious. But I know that their aim isn't to win a comedy award, but to notify me that I have transgressed the norms of the community. Assimilate or get out. I relate to that. But more so to my family, I think. Yeah, that I had to assimilate to be what I thought my family wanted me to be. Didn't feel like I could express myself because my parents didn't understand. So I relate to this, but this is on a much bigger scale. But what I think is the norms that I need to assimilate to isn't necessarily the norms of society anymore. Society has changed, but I grew up, well, in a household with different norms than society is okay with now. And I think my parents has also grown up in ways and are more okay with stuff that they weren't with back then. But I'm still stuck in that bubble where I don't want to break out because I'm afraid of sticking out and not assimilating and being like, just let's say, get out. But I'm working on it. This is like therapy time for me, playing this game. And I haven't dared to find out how they react to my heels and makeup. I hope my guys isn't wearing anything too flashy. A mental image of his Progress Pride flag adorned sleeves flashes through my head. Fuck! One of the smokers keeps glancing in my direction. I shiver, careful not to make eye contact with him. Okay, calm the fuck down. I'll just grab my guy as soon as the train arrives and then we'll beeline to my car and we'll be fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Fuck! My hands are shaking and I find myself humming the tune of an old song. A hippie song my father used to play all the time. All you need is love. The chorus repeats the title over and over again. Even as a child, I hated how simplistic and repetitive the lyrics are. You'll get it when you're older, Dad used to tell me. As if, as I got older, my dislike for the song gained a political dimension. Why yes, I can see how a group of cis-het men at their height of their career might come to the conclusion that all you need is love. But what about the people whose love sent them to an early grave, or prison, or the insane asylum? But no matter how much I loathe it, the song refuses to leave me, popping back into my head at times of distress. I hum the chorus over and over again. All you need is love. I wish I was drunk. But I can't drink now. I'm driving. I just wished I lived somewhere else. Anywhere else. Not in this tiny town full of petty and small-minded people. I thought I would never return after I left to study. But finding steady employment with my degree turned out to be a challenge. I had studied things I'm passionate about and do not regret it one bit. But alas, an NB's gotta eat. A quick note here, someone saying that they're an NB means that they're a non-binary person. So when my uncle offered me a tidy desk job at his company, it was hard to say no. The town had pulled me back in. I told myself that I would save up for a few years and then leave. And that was 8 years ago. Yes, I do have a decent amount of money saved up. But living in the city is so fucking expensive. I have vivid memories of constantly being on the edge of a mental breakdown due to financial stress, not being able to afford proper food, clothes, or even the smallest of luxuries. I do not miss that. Yes, my comfortable life here feels painfully lonely and isolated. But would it really be any better in the city? I've gone there a few times during the Pride celebrations, but everyone was hanging out with their own little cliques and nobody would talk to me. I felt like an uninvited guest. And it's not any easier finding company on the queer apps either. Yeah, plenty of guys would gladly have me as their exotic plaything for a night or two. But nobody sees me as a potential partner, or a friend, or hell, even a person. Nobody before him. My guy. My sweet guy. He is nothing like how I imagine my future boyfriend to be like. But I think that might be for the best. I tend to gravitate towards people who enable the worst aspect of my characters. My sharp tongue, my perfectionism, my neuroticism, and my drinking. Why yes, growing up feminine and queer in a town that despises both certainly fucked me up. People tell me I'm toxic, but isn't that exactly how vulnerable organisms survive in hostile environments? All you need is love. Although I've been getting better recently. I want to get better for his sake. I need to get better for his sake. He is the sweetest of all cinema roles, earnest and straightforward. He asked me about my gender, and I held my breath. Defining my gender has always been a struggle. I know for certain that I do not wish to be a man, but I don't think I'd enjoy being a woman either. But I don't want it to be a mere negotiation either. A non-man, a non-woman. So I do what people have done for a millennia when trying to describe something that there are no words for. I turn to poetry and metaphor. But identifying as a poem doesn't sit well with people. They think I'm a joke. They think I'm cringe. So I started presenting my gender as a joke myself. If I'm the one making the joke, the laughter hurts less. But it still fucking hurts. Oh, that hit me in the feels! Fuck! Oh! That's how I've been doing it as well. Fuck. If you make fun of yourself, no one else can make fun at you. And if people laugh at you and you also laugh, people laugh with you. And it's like it's a win-win situation, or that's what it felt like back then. But slowly you degrade yourself and you see yourself as a joke, and you don't see yourself as a person anymore, but you're basically a joke to yourself. And that's what hurts your self-love and your self-confidence and all that. So it's very toxic to do that, and you shouldn't be doing that. I'm speaking from experience. Please don't degrade yourself. You are worthy. You are a great human being, and you should be proud of who you are as a person. And we only have one life here, and you should feel encouraged to express who you are, because there is only one of you, and you should live the life you want to live. I lost my train of thought. But he never laughed at my gender, nor at any of my sardonic and self-deprecating jokes. So I've stopped making them. Now working to offer authenticity and empathy instead. And he always returned my empathy tenfold. We're bonding and becoming stronger in the process, like two trees twining together, supporting each other. He doesn't drink, so I'm trying to drink less myself. It's a difficult process, and the only therapist I've ever known comes in a bottle. But he makes it so much easier. When the pain of the world gets to me, I often go on endless teary-eyed and anxious-fueled rants. Don't worry, he tells me. It's all going to work out in the end. Words are so twee and basic. But somehow they help. I don't want to contradict him, so I thought. But somehow they help. I don't want to contradict him, so I force myself to imagine a word. But somehow they help. I don't want to contradict him, so I force myself to imagine a world. But somehow they help. I don't want to contradict him, so I force myself to imagine a world where things. So I force myself to imagine a world where things can work out. Where problems do have solutions. And the more I think about it, the more those solutions start to seem achievable. He helps me help myself. And that's what a good relationship should be like. In the span of a few months, he changed me so much. It's terrifying and exhilarating. For the first time in a long while, I've allowed myself to feel hopeful. Things can get better. I can get better. One night, I was having a panic attack. And he volunteered to stay on a video call with me until I calmed down. He read me a story about the pilot and the prince. Listening to his steady voice, I fell asleep. When I woke up in the morning, my battery was almost dead, but the call was still on. I saw his sleeping face on the other side of the screen, and a wave of deep affection swept over me. He had stayed with me the entire night. I've never felt so cared for in my whole adult life. I love you, I whispered on impulse, and I knew that it was true. And he smiled in his sleep. When he woke up, I asked him to come visit me. Without hesitation, he said yes. I was so excited. My guy, my sweet, beloved, precious guy, would be coming to meet me. I didn't think it would be that risky. It's been over 15 years since anyone called me the F-slur. Times have changed. Maybe the town has changed too. And then I saw the billboards. Men can't turn into women, and women can't turn into men. Read the campaign for a local politician. My blood froze. This is a tiny town where industry is dying and the population is rapidly aging, and there's barely enough money to keep the municipal services running. And this is their most pressing concern? The existence of trans people? This fucking town, a bunch of medieval peasants blaming witches for their crops failing. Of course this town hasn't changed for the better. It's a distillery of hatred. One by one, the decent people leave and the percentage of shitty people increase, making it harder for the remaining good people to stay. And my guy will be coming here soon. My sweet, innocent guy who has no idea what it's like here in the boonies. All you need is love. I stuff my fists deep into my pockets to stop them from shaking. All you need is love. Headlights in the distance. Fuck! The train! All you need is love. I can hardly stand up. Fuck! I dare not look at the bar to see if the men are still out there. Fuck! Just stick to the plan. Fuck! It'll be fine. All you need is love. The train slows down and stops. Doors open. I scan the faces of the people stepping out. Where is he? We have to stick to the plan. All you need is love. We need to get to the car. All you need is love. Where the fuck is he? Why can't I see him? Fuck. All you need is love. Hey! A familiar voice behind me. Startled, I swing around and freeze. My guy. Oh, no. He pounces me and wraps his arms tightly around me. I tense up. A small voice in the back of my mind is screaming something about the plan. I ignore it. All you need is love. My guy is here. I clamp my arms around him and squeeze. I can hear his breath and feel his warmth of his body. He's here! He's real! My sweet guy came here for me! My vision blurs. This is a first. I've cried a lot in my life, but never out of happiness. I can smell his shampoo and his sweat. I squeeze him hard and he squeezes me back with the same intensity. My heart is beating so fast. My guy is here! He whispers my name into my ear. My secret name. My chosen name. My real name. The hair of my neck stands up. Kiss me, he whispers. My heart jumps. My face feels hot. I must have misheard it. I pull back stiffly and look into his eyes. They shine of a bold determination. He presses his cold nose against mine and says it again, unfaltering. Kiss me. I swallow hard. We're out in the open. I wet my lips. Anyone could see us. My heart is pounding and so is his. I listen to his heartbeat. I forget the men in front of the bar. I forget the billboards. I forget the pain of the world. I close the gasp between our mouths. His soft lips meet mine. He tastes like stale coffee. His incisor scrapes against mine. Oh hell. I angle my mouth and we try again. His velvet tongue brushes against mine. Holy fuck, my guy's eager! But so am I. We kiss deeper, more passionate. I'm trembling, but not out of fear. Our faces smeared with saliva. It's nothing like the movies. This is more real. He clings to me, his hands on me, mine on him. We twine and make each other stronger. Two people lit brightly. In love. And that is all we need. Thank you for playing. Damn! What a roller coaster! Fuck, was that like in 30 minutes? Holy fuck! Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm almost crying myself now. Holy shit, the end there. Oh, with the like building up the anxious feelings there at the end, and then just with the oh my god, with the hug and the music stops and fuck and the oh my god. Holy shit, that was cool. What's the name of this person who made this? High Tea. And they made other ones. Let me know if you want me to play their other games as well, because I'm very eager to play the other ones now after playing this. This is the latest one, so one would think that maybe this is their best game they made. I don't know. I see that they have made like 6 other games. So let me know if you want me to play any of those as well. Rather tell me if you don't want me to play them, because I will play the other ones. Holy shit. Oh, and I didn't want to break the end there where it was like everything going on, but I loved the composition at the end with the characters and like the negative space and all. It's such a cool game. Like this was so well put together. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play more of the High T's games. So thank you, High T, for making this game. This was amazing. I hope some of you could like get a positive feeling out of this, even though it talked a lot about anxiety and stuff. I hope you still got something positive out of it too. Maybe feeling that you're not alone in this, that other people do go through this kind of stuff, which is important to remember, that you are not alone. Whatever you are going through, there are other people who have also gone through similar things. You are not alone in this world. But yeah, what happened there when they met, I mean, the feeling, I could so much relate to when I met Bubbles. The 2 times I met them, and I will meet them in a week. I'm gonna meet them again, and we will see each other in September again. But that whole thing with seeing each other and meeting up and like everything, just the person I've been talking to for so long is real. That's an amazing feeling. But yeah, over at my Discord server, I have a Q&A channel for where you can ask questions to me, and I will answer them in a Q&A video. Bubbles and I are planning on making a Q&A video when they come visit me in September. So if you have questions to us or to them, feel free to ask them in this Q&A channel over on my Discord server. Links in the description. As always, like and subscribe for more of my stuff. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you feel loved and appreciated, because you should be proud of who you are, because there is only one of you. So yeah, remember that you are loved and appreciated. And be proud of who you are. And I will see you in the next video. Bye! My perfectionism, my neuroticism.